loud and intense. It's so intense. And then goes to this really crap MIDI guitar. This is like secondary school level Battle of the Bands. I'm really pretty happy with the drums. Oh, even the fill. Oh my god. Take it easy, Matt Bellamy, come on. This kind of is a Muse solo, but if the guitar was out of tune, it's like I'm trying to find the notes that they're just not there. They're really not. It's oddly like really close to the original, but then really not in other ways.
Grazing me and twisting me around. Yeah, I'm endlessly caving in and turning inside out. 'Cause I want it now, I want it now. Give me your heart and your soul, and I'm breaking out. I'm breaking out. That chance to lose control. And it's holding me, morphing me, and forcing me to try to be endlessly cold within and dreaming I'm alive. 'Cause I want it now, I want it now. Give me your heart and your soul, and I'm breaking out, I'm breaking out. That chance to lose control.
Hello everybody, welcome on in. I hope you are all doing well. Welcome on in, Danny. Good to see you. Hope you're having a lovely Thursday evening. Cactus Galaxy, welcome on in. Finally, yep, we're here. We're here. Perfectly on time. Grandma Trash, Disco Raves, Swamp Skin, Uninterested Being, Crystal Destiny. Welcome on in, everyone. I hope you are all doing well. I'm just checking that things are all connecting up, and it seems like they actually are tonight for once. All connecting up straight away. It's 10 where you are. It's 9 here, so we are starting reasonably late. Stone Bees, Dos, welcome on in. You've had an awful week at work. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope this can distract you from that at least a little bit, and that we have a fun time this evening. 4:05 for you. I wish it was 4:05. We'd have so much time, but this is gonna have to be pretty rushed, I think. Depending on how quickly we go, maybe this will even spill into tomorrow's stream. We'll see. I'm hoping we can do it relatively quickly. But we will see. I don't want to rush things. Haven't been on for a while. We've been dealing with Ofsted. Oh no, that sounds like a whole load of hassle. Yeah, I can't imagine that dealing with Ofsted is particularly fun. I imagine there's a lot of extra pressure on everyone to be on top form and all that jazz. So hope that's all good and behind you now. Tamuni, welcome on in. Sketch, hello. Lepisa Lazuli, welcome on in. Thank you for joining me this evening, everyone. I'm hoping we're going to have a fun stream. It's a hell of a song, this one. It's pretty ambitious, particularly the vocals. So we'll see how we get on. Disco Raves, thank you very much for the 5 stream streak, and DOS on the 30 stream streak. Thank you very much appreciated. Michael, hello. No worries. I hope you have a lovely sleep. Thank you for stopping on by. And thank you, Hogs, for the hearts. We could try and do instrumental tonight, vocals tomorrow. Yeah, I was debating that. I think we'll see how we get on. If by some miracle we're done really quick with the instrumental, then we'll try and power through the vocals. But I think there's enough vocal layers going on that we could indeed spend an entire stream just on those. So maybe we do let it spill into tomorrow. But we'll see. We'll just feel it out and see how things go. The boss music started playing when I saw the title. It's that ambitious a song, is it? Today was the last day of inspection, so I can relax and crack open some wine. Amazing. I'm very glad to hear it. You enjoy your well-earned wine. How's everyone's week's been? It's been it feels like every week is a very busy week. It's been sunny, though, which has been nice. I've been working in the garden today, making the most of the sun. Jay, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. There's a few different versions of this song. We're going to be doing the classic Weather Girls version, but I know, is it Gwen Stefani did a version as well? You just burnt 250 quid on Tom, and it's very easy to spend a lot of money there, unfortunately. Getting yourself some music gear. It's apparently going to be 24 degrees tomorrow. I think it's going to be rainy here. If the forecast keeps changing, it keeps saying it's going to be rainy at the weekend, then sunny at the weekend, then rainy. It currently looks like rain, I think. So we'll see how long it lasts. It's raining men and bodies are falling. Stay in your homes. That's what this song should really be. James Peace just watched the Timber video. Hilarious. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed the Timber video. I think that's one of the best ones we've had in a while. And we did that like 2 months ago or something. We've got some good ones in the back catalogue. I think Titanic is probably the next short I'm going to edit. And that was certainly something. Pre-planning for tomorrow's travels and waiting for my post office to deliver my post. It's been rainy here since last night, and today it's not stopped. I'm hoping we don't get too much rain. I'm ready for the sun and the summer now. Timber is my sleep paralysis demon. It's got those vibes to it. You want the rain. I want the sun. Right, shall we get started? It's late enough as it is. It's just gone 9, which means we've got like max 2 and a bit hours to finish this. So we're gonna have to be speedy. So yeah, let's get stuck into it. There we go. Tonight we will be recreating "It's Raining Men" by the Weather Girls, but the laptop is going to be muted. I'm not going to be able to hear anything. We're going to be doing our best to recreate the song using MIDI, using some samples. Then we're going to record some vocals. And at the end, we will have a listen to the entire thing and see how close, or probably not close, to the original I managed to get. That is the plan. It's an ambitious one, this one. There's a lot of vocal layers, a lot of much better singers than I am. I don't think the instrumental will be too bad. But there are some fun Foley sounds going on. There's some big thunderstrucks, thunder clashes. What do you call them? Thunder cracks. Big crashes of thunder. Lots of rain. Lots of big booms in the chorus and stuff. So I think there'll be some fun stuff in this one. We're gonna have to find ourselves some thunder and lightning samples. Where do we want to start? Because it is starting with sound effects, but I reckon we maybe need to get some other stuff in first. Let's maybe just go. Let's go over the piano. Get ourselves started. So let's find a piano. Let's just go with the Studio Grand. A sidechain snare with some huge reverb. Yeah, we might be able to do that. Apple Loop should have half of them. We can only hope. We've always got Splice as our saving to save us. Right, so that's an F minor. Let's just block out some piano chords to start. Bunny's Presents, very nice. Thank you very much for the rose. Very much appreciated. MCW Gaming, welcome on in. I hope you're well. Hope you're doing well. Get the vocals out of the way so the cats aren't terrified later. If only we could start vocals first. I mean, I guess we could. I would be structure-wise, I would be completely lost without any MIDI to look at. So probably not the best approach. Right, we want. So we're going from an F minor to an A flat major, but we want to put the bass is like the lowest note. It's not really a bass. The lowest note of the piano part is stepping down each time. So I think we want to do a chord inversion so that we're going from F to E flat. Thank you, Danny, for the hearts. Ding, ding. I might copy this across. I think we go down to D flat. So we should have a nice piano. Ding, 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 ding. And down to C. Ding, ding. And then we need. Is that right? I hope that's right. And I think we have another piano on top of that. Maybe we'll do that as a separate piano part though. And in fact, let's get some drums in. I think we can go for maybe pop rock drums. That feels probably most in line with this song. So let's just get rid of what it gives us by default. And I'm pretty sure this intro, we just want some hi-hats. We probably want a crash on the first beat. But then from then onwards, we're just going to be doing some hi-hats. And then the rest of the kit will come in later. The poor cats won't know what hit them when the singing starts. Let's snip that in the middle. Let's repeat that. So that should be just a nice piano and hi-hat. Got you. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the roses, Danny. Okay, we need some kind of buzzy synth to just do the root note of each chord, I think. Ira, welcome on in. Let's copy that over. Buzzy synth. I'm actually excited that I haven't heard it in a long time since I've done karaoke. I'm not sure this version's going to be even remotely similar to the original. That's part of the problem. It's definitely going to sound like karaoke though, and probably pretty bad karaoke. Which sort of buzzy sound do we want? Midnight fuzz? Could that work? Should we call it a day while it's sounding close? It's probably not a bad idea. Let's just cut our losses. Right, and then we want probably to follow the hi-hat rhythm. And I think this doesn't necessarily go a full bar. I think there's like some gaps. So I'm tempted to make that start there. And in fact, let's add one extra. So there's just a little gap at the start of each one. Isla, welcome on in. Hope you're having a good evening. Okay, great. It's my go-to intoxicated karaoke song. It's an ambitious one. I'll give you that. It wouldn't be my go-to song. It's got too much going on. Right, what else do we need in this intro part? There's like a synth and the piano's doing like a rising doom 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 doom, and then on the next set of chords the piano's just going like so we need to rise up from this F minor chord. So probably starting like, and it sounds like octaves to me, I think. And that's happening every 2 bars. Ding, ding. Every 2 beats even. Ding, ding, ding. Are we just going up the scale? Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, I think that sounds right. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding, ding. What rhythm is that? Are we doing the talky beginning part? We are certainly doing the talky beginning part. Ding 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 ding. Okay, this rhythm is pretty quick. Ding 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 ding. So it's actually quicker than that. Maybe. I'm going to get this wildly wrong, aren't I? This feels dangerous. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be like this with some gaps. Yeah, that feels right. It's the Weather Gals. Is it gals or girls? Indiana B, hello, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. I saw that you were doing some huge 30-day subathon. I realized I wasn't even following you, and I still might not be actually, I think, which I need to go and rectify. But I hope you're recovered from 30 days of streaming. I don't know if that was all like, I'm assuming you took some gaps. I can't imagine doing 30 days back to back being particularly fun. But I hope you're doing well. I think we dropped down a chord at the end here. What note are we on here? We are on a C minor, C major. Okay. So we should probably drop to an E. That would make sense. Perfect. Let's get some velocity going on there. In fact, I think these can just be as loud as you can possibly whack the piano. And then we want... I think we should let the sustain pedal ring out on that part as well. And not on that first part. Something like that. It's got Nokia 3310 vibes. Good. Right, we need a synth that's going to double this. Right, synth lead. Maybe just one of these like analog alarm lead, maybe. And then we shouldn't have this. We don't actually need sustain for the synth. It doesn't make sense. We shouldn't have it go quite as hard at the top. And then get that in there. You guys not a fan of my synth choice? Judging by the reactions in chat. Alright, we can try something else. Let's try... Maybe just go for like analog funk. That might be a bit safer. Okay, great. We'll go with that one. Let's turn it down a bit. Right, so we got our melody piano here. Melody piano. And this is going to be our chords piano. Melody piano. Right, we got our SoCal drums. Is that everything that's in the intro? Other than the sound effects? What did I write? Oh no, there's like a pew synth as well. Hi-hats, held piano chords, buzzy synth, we've got that. And then, yeah, the long held synth note on that top part. Okay, now I think that's fine. We need to add a pew synth. Gemalu, thank you very much for the follow. And Jacob, thank you very much for the follow. It's no longer a siren alarm. Was it like a siren head sound? Right, well, I want a pew synth. Can we get just a sound effect that does like a pew sound? Plasma drop, that could work. Danny, thank you very much for the sleigh. Maybe we like do something like this. And Ayla, thank you very much for the hearts. Annabelle, hello. Haven't been on live since Barbie Girl one. Can't believe I missed Shania Twain. I think Shania Twain we probably did before Barbie Girl. I think Barbie Girl's much more recent. The videos I've been putting out are from like a couple of months ago. I've been slowly catching up, and I'm hoping I can get them out at least twice a week again, and then we'll really catch up. Right, I'm gonna make this sound more like pew. So at the moment, I'm imagining this is just some random synth that's like hopefully at least a kind of pewy sound, just like pew, or like pew. I hope something like that. Samit Kane, hello, welcome on in. But I'm gonna make it do like a slow down effect so it goes pew. We need it to be much longer though. Not quite that long. Maybe like... So now that should be like pew. Might be too long. Maybe if we make it like half the length. Pew. Yeah, okay. Perfect. Let's get rid of that. We only need the resulting pew. Okay, so we've got piano, we've got synth, we've got drums, we've got a buzzy synth. Let's add some sound effects, I think. A possible Curse Challenge achievement run. Make an original song composed of just your most infamous samples and instruments from these videos. We could do something like that. Yeah, we'd have to compile a list of like what are the most recognizable sounds from the past videos, and then we'll try and would we do it where I can hear it, and the aim is to make something listenable from it. Is this quite low? I think it is in the original, the pew sound I'm thinking of. I'm going to leave it like that. The Thriller Wolves, yep. The gong, of course. Clyde would have to be in there. Thunderstorm. All right, we want at least one big, like, thunderclap. And then we want just a bunch of like stormy rain sounds. So this could be good. Thunderstorm rain. Let's grab that. It's raining men. Hallelujah. Yeah, let's stop that looping. When it wants to sync. I've seen there's like a plugin for Splice where it actually like loads this stuff in a lot quicker. I've seen it for Ableton. I don't know if it exists for Logic or not. I need to look into it. Because in Ableton you can like load it in on the side and just drop stuff straight in and it syncs up afterwards. So that would be much nicer and quicker to use. So I feel like sometimes we're waiting like a good 10 seconds. And when we've only got like 2 hours to do the whole thing, it all adds up. Right, let's make sure that these sounds are definitely coming through. Lightning strike. I want one that's got a very distinct waveform. Maybe we can drop this one in. Okay, I think this first one looks quite promising. So let's drop that in. There is the risk that it could sound like they're just in the eye of a tornado. If I layer these up too much. Explosion thunderstorm. I mean, that's going to be impactful. But we drop that in. Right, so we want... This one looks like a little bit natural. And then I guess let's line up a big moment with the first part of the music. And then this one in theory is mostly rain. So if we chop it to like, this bit looks quieter. So if we chop it to where I think we're getting mostly rain, then we can let that sit beneath everything. All right, fade that in. Okay, great. Let's turn them down a bit because we've got quite a few layers here. Okay, so we should have like a little bit of a thunder sound, some rain, and then the music starts. That's what I'm envisioning. all happens twice. I play thunderstorm sounds. I play thunderstorm sounds to fall asleep. Don't put me to sleep. I don't want to miss the live. I think there's other stuff in the track that's going to keep you awake, I imagine. Jadarin, welcome on in. You see the vision. Is that breaking news? It does have a bit of a breaking news sound to it. I mean, this is like the weather report. Okay, I think we're off to an okay start. And that can just keep going throughout at least this whole intro. Right, so this is starting from like here. Thunderstorm. Intro. And then we've got the talkie bit. The talkie bit. Breaking news and a Street Fighter Classics game boss theme. Good. Right, what do we have here? We have some held chords. Okay, yeah, and the piano does like a ding, 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 ding. Yeah, everything else just stays on F. So let's copy our chords piano, and we're just going to stay on F for 8 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, full 8 bars. It's going to stay on F. We will do that piano separately in a moment. Do we lose this one? I think we should copy the buzzy synth to that part. So let's copy this across and copy all of this across. We might have the best beginning of one of these songs. We can only hope. The vocals will come in, unfortunately. There is always that danger. I'm going to make this one play the whole way through. Okay. The drums. We can probably just keep doing the same thing. Do we need a different piano rhythm? Okay, no, I think the piano just goes to held notes rather than that crazy rhythm. West Action Man, hello, welcome on in. Remy Fox, I'm not Martyr, hope you're both doing well. So let's go for something up here. Ding, ding. Yeah, let's go for a full bar's worth. And I reckon we're just going down the scale. Do, 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 do. So this is like the, hi, we're your weather girls, and have we got news for you? Get ready. all you lonely girls, and leave those umbrellas at home. And then we get to the verse. Okay, great. I think we're on track for a winner here. Don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but I think this is going to be perfect with no mistakes anywhere in the track. Yeah, definitely. Let's add some extra drums in. So I reckon kick on every beat, snare on the 2 and the 4. And we just keep it simple. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Needs a hey and a woo. And a woo from myself or from one of the Timberwolves? Timberwolves? One of the Thriller Wolves. Ain't no Timberwolves. Lauren, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome on in. Okay, we need a proper bass at this point, I think. Just chugging along. Boom, 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 boom. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, let's get that in before we do anything else. Let's add a bass player. Let's get rid of that part. In fact, yeah, let's just go with the pop songwriter bass. A simple foundation. Sounds just what we need. Oh, like Hosier. Yeah, that was certainly something. Let's add in a nice low bass. Do, 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 do. The Thriller Wolves brought me to tears the first time I watched it. Still, very few people agree with me that there should be like a ghostly horse sound in that song as well. And obviously everyone who disagrees is wrong. There is certainly a horse in there. We got to a C here. Right. And then for the piano, we just have some held chords. And I think there's like some stabby piano parts. So we do like a ding, 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 ding. Okay, I think we can do... We need to fit in 3 chords into the space of this. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Ba, ba, ba. How would that fit? Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. It shouldn't be a triplet. It should be like do, do, do. Oh, we're just gonna do it like this. I don't think it's gonna be quite what I'm hearing in my mind, but we will do this. Do, do, do. Something like that. Okay, now that will probably be okay. I think we can repeat that. In fact, let's give these bits a bit more velocity. And then we go to some other chords, up to a C. To a C major. Something like that. So the bass needs to go much longer. Humidity's rising. Barometer's getting low. According to all sources, the street's the place to go. That's how that fits into things. Don't forget the wee-wahs. They would make the cut for the song, the challenge where we recreate. The challenge where we make a song using famous samples from ones I've done before. we need a good name for that concept. Right, what else are we doing here? I'm losing track already. I think we should phase out the rain by this point. I think this can go away. So literally all I wrote is, there's a plinky synth that we need to add. Otherwise it's just these like held piano and bass parts. The instrumental is mostly pretty simple in this. It's not too much going on. Alright, I'm actually going to take a very, very quick break. I will leave you guys with this on loop for just a moment. And then we will add a plinky synth. And I reckon we can get to the chorus pretty quick. So I will be like 60 seconds. Enjoy this so far. Alrighty, I hope that was okay to listen to for the last minute. I was just thinking, this doesn't have any guitars in it, and they are almost without fault the downfall of every track. If you wanted to like pinpoint the moment any track goes wrong, it's when I start adding the guitars. So I think we might be onto a winner with this one. If we can avoid any guitars, then we'll be fine. Right, we need a plinky synth. There's like a synth that at the end of basically every other bar does a little run that's like doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle. But it's got like a very plinky sound to it. Well, plink tension. Will that work? That doesn't. No, I don't know. I'm not filled with hope. Do 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 do. Doodle 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 doodle. Do 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 do. Okay, no, the fact this has only got one note doesn't fill me with hope. Let's pick something different. Oh, and it was under drum kits and effects. Okay, yeah, definitely that was not going to work. Plucked is kind of a plucked sound. Maybe like. Which of these could work? Boxy room pluck. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Let's maybe start on the third. So if we're here in our root note, we can go up to our third. Do 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 do. Okay, now we probably want to start on the fifth. Do 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 do. Maybe even below that. Do 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 do. We want to end on our root note. Do, 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 do. Something like that. Okay, great. And I think we'll just repeat that every bar. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I'm impressed how quickly you pick up certain instruments. Do you look at the chords beforehand so you have somewhat of a clue of what's happening? Yeah, depending on the complexity of the song. And this one's fairly complex. So I have looked at the chords. For the simpler ones, I try and avoid it. But for the ones that I know are going to be a bit more complicated, I'll have a list of the chords so that I'm not completely in the dark. But the notes, like the individual notes within that, I'm still completely without. So I'm doing my best on those notes still. Right. Where are we at? Okay, there's like a little variation of this thing on the end. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I'm not confident. Do 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 do. Sure. All right, that'll be fine. Definitely. Do 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 do. Right, this is like the pre-chorus. 'Cause tonight for the first time, right about 10:30. Do 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 do. We're going up to a B flat. Do. Or down. Up or down? Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I think that's right. Let's copy this piano. We should go up to the B flat here. We should make it a B flat major. And we should go up to the C. Make that a C major. I think we might want to make the suspended chord. So it's got a bit of tension to it. So that is "'Cause tonight for the first time. The first time in history is gonna start raining. Okay, yeah, so we want where would we want the suspense? Probably both of these. I think we'll get rid of those little piano stabs around here as well. And then we'll just have a stab of the chord on that bar there. We probably need to beef up the drums a little bit. Maybe. Right, we should have a big hit here. I feel like we need some more crashes in this part. How would I play this if I was playing it on the drums? Like... Yeah, I think I would do something like that. But so it'd be like... So we want to hit these crashes on the offbeats. Yeah, let's do that. I think. Okay, fine. Fine. Let's get rid of those. And we will increase the velocity on these crashes. That's not where I want them. I want them there. All right, sure. What instruments do I play? I started learning piano when I was in like year 4, however old that is. And then when I went to secondary school, I started learning guitar, and then played just those two for a long time, mainly focusing on guitar. And then after university and getting a job and all that jazz, a friend of mine couldn't find any drummers and was like, do you want to play drums in my band? And I was like, sure, I'll learn the drums. So I went and learned drums and played drums in a band for a bit. So I'd say those are my three main instruments. I've got like a bass guitar. I would like to learn some other instruments at some point. Maybe some brass instruments or something. Because that's like a completely different skill set. Chorus. I only learnt drums for a band. Maybe it's a universal thing. I think everyone knows like a million guitarists, but there's only ever like 4 drummers that play in all the bands. So inevitably, one of the guitarists gets shoved onto drums. I think it's just a natural progression. You either go from guitar to bass or guitar to drums. You never see yourself stay as the guitarist. Right, what else do we need in this little pre-chorus build-up? There's some synth chords added near the end. I think for these last 2 bars. Let's drop that onto the analog funk, maybe. Or maybe let's add something new specifically for this. Maybe like, I don't know. Classic analog polysynth. Synth chords. You've never seen Ringo Starr and Tommy Lee in the same room together. That's true. Yeah. Jose Finn, welcome on in. We are still early days, to be honest. We're coming up to the chorus. I think we can start copy-pasting quite a chunk of things soon. And then we'll see if we have time for vocals this evening or not. Otherwise, we might push the vocals to tomorrow. This thing wants to keep going throughout here. To go up to like... Where are we starting? That's the top of the chord. Going like there. Oh, I have no idea. Like here. Okay, fine. Right, chorus. Right, there is a little drum fill on the end of this. Boom, boom, boom. Probably a snare on the end. Maybe like a floor tom. Let's double up this snare. Let's put like a little snare into a big snare. So we should have let's accent that with some crashes as well. Okay, something like that. It'd be funny seeing composing musicals because there's so many instruments. We did do Nightmare Before Christmas, and there was an awful lot going on in that. The stream was like 4 or 5 hours or something. It was it was a bit much. Yeah, I think maybe if we do like full on musicals, because there's some musicals where there isn't a ton going on in the instrumental, but then other ones are like full on orchestras. So I think depending on the musical, we can do some more musicals. Like in Grease, there's not really that much going on in the instrumentals compared to Nightmare Before Christmas. So slightly unrelated, but I love the interviews of Sting mixing music for Spyro. He made it look so easy. But he was the guitarist. He was in the guitarist to bassist playing as well. Even Sting can't escape it. Please do One Day More. What's that from? One Day More. Is that from Les Mis? Do 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 do. Is that the like big what do they call it in a musical? There's like a specific word. Where is a song where all the like motifs from all the different songs come in and overlap on one another. That's that song in Les Mis, isn't it? There would be a hell of a lot of vocal parts to do for that. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. One day more. All right, yeah, I'll plan for that one for like a year, and then we'll do it. We've still got to do Bohemian Rhapsody at some point. That'll be an entire project of its own. Maybe if I ever do like a subathon or something, that's when we'll tackle Bohemian Rhapsody. Player K9, thank you very much for the follow. We've actually made a little budge on the followers over the last few days. We've finally breached into 96% after being stuck on 95 for so long. Let me look up this. Hang on. Yeah, how much is even going on in this song? There's a lot, isn't there? One day more, another day, another destiny. Does it just start on the main like melody? One day more. I'm gonna have to listen to this at some point. Maybe we'll do it. Jellicle songs for Jellicle cats. What's the big Cats song? Cats musical. What's the big one in that? Memory. Yeah. God, what a disaster of Cats. Memory, all alone in the moonlight. No, I think we'll skip that one. Right, maybe we can do something from Les Mis one day. It'll be very ambitious. There's a lot going on in the instrumentals for that as well. Right, chorus. We need some big chords probably. Doom Scrolling Dame, thank you very much for the heart. Welcome on in. Let's copy these chords. Or do we want to do the bass first? Recreate the whole musical, acting and all. Just the entire thing on mute in one sitting. That'd be quite the ambitious task. Love your content so much. Sending love from Australia. Welcome on in. Thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos and everything. Welcome on in. I think the bass has a slightly different rhythm in the chorus. I think it switches to like a boom, 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 boom. Hunchback of Notre Dame. Which song? Which song from Hunchback of Notre Dame? Like the big opening song. That's also got a lot going on. Bill Wirtz. He's the entire history of everything guy, right? Yeah. What song would we even do of his though? That's the trouble. It'll be like boom, boom, boom. It's raining. Boom, Tyler, I had to miss the last few lives because I was busy graduating college. Congratulations. That's very exciting. I hope you're into relaxing mode now, now that you're done graduating. I've got a bunch of notes, so it's not entirely from memory. I've got the lyrics and I've got some notes written down, so I remember like bass comes in at this part or whatever. But I don't have like the score in front of me or anything like that. No, but some reviews. Welcome on in. We're just getting to the chorus. We don't talk about Bruno. Yeah, we should definitely do some Disney Pixar stuff at some point. Oh, we changed chords completely. Hang on. We're on D flat, E flat. Boom, 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 boom. Let me get rid of that piano. That's going to be messing with things. For you guys. Boom, 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 boom. We go down to a minor chord. Boom, 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 boom. Up to an F. No, up to. I go C. C to F, okay. Tamaz, hello, welcome in on YouTube. Hope you're doing well. Lurking away, no worries at all. No one wants the wicked Defying Gravity. Is a big hell of a song again. There's lots of difficult songs we could do. If I'm going to do Disney, I have to do the Scar song from Lion King. That is a good shout. Be Prepared. Yeah, that's a big song as well. Some Elton John. We don't want to do Circle of Life. Have to do some chanting. Be Prepared's a good one. Get how many songs there are in Lion King. The problem with musicals is that the timing is so all over the place. Like a lot of the song, like this song, it's the same, or it's going to be roughly the same tempo the whole way through. I'm pretty sure Be Prepared will speed up and slow down all the way throughout it, and that'll be so hard to do. I would probably have to plan out the tempo changes just to be even in the right ballpark. Key changes is hard as well, but it's at least I can use my relative pitch to kind of get there. But tempo, just watching it in here is a disaster. Still waiting on the Halo theme. Yeah, we will do that at some point as well. My favorite two bands are Ghost and Duran Duran, and Ghost has been done, so we need to do Duran Duran. Her name is Rio. Her name is it Rio? Her name is something, and she dances on the sand. Duran Duran. Yeah. Duran Duran, Rio. Her name is Rio and she dances on the sand. We could do that at some point. Or Girls on Film. That's a good shout as well. How difficult would some Sleep Token songs be? Probably very difficult. Yeah, I have had requests for Sleep Token and Polyphia, and yeah, neither of them I'm rushing to do. I watch these lives, and I watch the actual TikTok video. It makes me laugh so bad. Thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying the lives and the videos. Thank you very much for stopping on by. Lovely to have you here. I'm a French horn player, and as much as I love orchestral and film works, they are beasts. Yeah, definitely. But still, like, I'll Make a Man Out of You from Mulan. That's a hell of a song as well. That would be a fun one. There's a lot going on in that, and that's more of like a song rather than a musical song. I don't think there'll be a load of tempo changes in that, so it's maybe more doable. Supermassive Black Hole. It might not be too bad. Supermassive Black Hole. It might not be too bad, actually. At least there's only 3 of them in Muse, so it can only get too crazy. Need to do some Lady Gaga at some point. That feels like a classic that we've missed so far. She's got so many bangers though. I don't know how we would pick. I think Telephone's a pretty good shout. Right. Should we do some piano chords? Is there anything else we need in this part? Yeah, we do need to do some other parts actually. In fact, it doesn't repeat like this. We're going to a B flat here. Pretty down to this one. Then up to a C. Okay, there's another bar of silence here. So I need to make sure we account for that. And not like, normally you just get like bars of 4, bars of 8. Because there's like these gaps in this track, you do end up with some bars of 9 for sections, which is a bit unusual. So I need to not let them catch me out. That playlist you have suggested songs, just have it on shuffle and hope for the best on what songs come out. I've got like 500 songs in that that playlist now. And I don't always feel like doing them, which is why I am selective and go through and pick rather than just let it pick for me. Right, let's make these full bars. Let's go with major chords first, and I think minor there. Hey, these aren't right. Hang on. C, G. That makes more sense. That was almost a mistake. Everything's going to be like an augmented chord or something. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Right, we need... Feels like there must be some other parts going on here. We need to do the, like, big hits. We need to emphasize the... This is some of my finest work. I can't wait to ruin it with vocals. David Ellitz, hello. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome on in. There's some claps in this part. We get to do some claps. All right, I got the same drums, bass, held piano chords, and then there's some piano stabs as well. Okay, and then there's a buzzy. The buzzy synth is in here as well. So let's get the buzzy synth. Which one even was that now? That's up here. Buzzy synth needs to not have these notes at the start. And I reckon we just, I don't know, do something like this. I want to mix up the rhythm a little bit. So we'll do something like that. Sure. It's gone from raining men to raining men. Sure. Uninteresting being. You need to stop chatting. You have a final uni project to work on. Go get on with your work. Go get on with your work. The VOD will always be here later. The thunder does come back in at some points. I'm not exactly sure where. So we might have to guess. But it definitely does come back in some places. So we will do our best. Do our best to find it. Thank you very much, everyone who is liking and sharing and all that jazz on TikTok. It does help push us higher up in the live feed and all that jazz. So very much appreciated, and everyone who's gifted and all that jazz. It does help out. From the joy of lots of hot men to one landing on your windshield. Great. Right. What are we even doing? Piano chord stabs. Okay, yeah. We'll put that on the melody piano. So I think on the bass we have like hitting the main notes. So it's like do, 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 boom, 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 boom. So we have the main piano chords doing like dum, dum. Be like dum, dum, dum. And then I think we need another piano part that's filling in the gaps. So it's got like dum, 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 dum. Dun, 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 dun. That's what we need to add in at this like second half of each bar. So I reckon we can use the same chords as a starting point. Definitely not that one though. So what rhythm would that be? Dun. So that'd be like the 2, and then the 3, and then the and. You're officially a weather girl. I made it. My dreams are coming true. You'll actually go now. Have a lovely rest of your evening, uninteresting being. Enjoy getting your uni work done. All that jazz. That could be good. Cell Block Tango from Chicago. I don't know Chicago very well. We could do West Side Story. Maria, do 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 do. Right, what are we doing for these? Ding 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 ding. Probably want to. Oh, we definitely want to go up. These piano notes are quite low, actually. Ding, 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 ding. Maybe we do something like this. Oh, not like that. So we just do some inversions to make the top of the note, top of the chord higher. And do we even need to change the last note? We really don't. We just leave that where it is. Thank you very much for the hand hearts. Okay, yeah, that works. We do that. For all the hand hearts. Okay, how does that fit in? Let's climb down that piano part a bit. Okay, that should work. Anything else we need in this part? Well, there's like a held pad synth, apparently. The plinky synth comes back in. We need that. And then I put some big cheesy synth chords in the second half. God, there's a lot going on, actually. I underestimated how much is happening in this song. But I think once we get past the chorus, there's going to be a lot of copy pasting we can do. Maybe infinity pad. Let's whack that in there. Maybe make it a little bit quieter, maybe. Pad. And I didn't realize quite how low that piano part is. Let's make that an octave up. It's drizzling blokes. It's drizzling blokes. All right. It's drizzling blokes. All right. It's drizzling blokes. Okay. It's spitting lads. I'm not sure about that one. Lily Grace, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us on YouTube. Right, what else do we need? I keep getting distracted. We need some big, buzzy synths in the chorus as well. Maybe like a brass sort of sound. 80s synth brass. And that's only on the repeat. So let's copy all of these. The end is going to be slightly different the second time around because I don't believe we have a gap. And then these should just be like... It's going to catch me out again. Get rid of that note. At the end. Make these all short but loud. And make sure that is loud. Brassy. Okay, let's just do the claps now whilst I remember. And then we will add the big boomy hits to the chorus. The all right, giving me Live La Vida Loca flashbacks. All right. Okay, we're clapping on beats 2 and 4 to match the snare. Okay, great. Let's add like 4 of these in total, probably. That's going to be some bad timing. I think we've actually found in the past that the more claps we do, the like you sort of, but the average of them you kind of get closer. It kind of sounds better the more you add. If it's just like 2, then it's really obvious how out of time it is. I might do this one from a bit further away. And that was already really bad timing. There we go. And one more. Let's pan these at like, I don't know, minus 20. One more. Let's do one clap, copy paste it over and over. No, we need each clap to sound distinct. Okay, great. Let's never do any more claps. I think I'm done with songs that have claps in them. Okay, I think the only thing left for the chorus is the big hits, which I've yet to decide how we're going to do. When you have to clap for someone you don't like. Okay, great. Right, let's add. I'm pretty sure there's some of the thunderstorm stuff, right? So we should probably copy this over. I think it hits on this second beat. So it's like 1, 2, 3, do do do, boom, psh, do 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 do, psh. Yeah, it's on that second beat. And we want, it's kind of like a big reverby snare under it as well. So let's just search for like a huge snare. Splice, give me your biggest snare. Who are we shooing? Well, one of these, we'll add one of these. And that's sure to help. Should I just add? Oh, I'll just add this one. Whatever. We'll add a bunch of reverb to it. Reverb. In fact, we can probably just send it to one of our existing reverb buses, like that one. But we'll just not really max it out. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. I get the impression we're going a bit too much with this thunderstorm sound. Can we add like a splash sound as well? Splash cannonball. I'm assuming that's cannonball. Maybe. Let's add that. I just wanted one big splash. This looks like not that. Maybe we can add this. I see none of them look quite. I mean, that one's closer. Oh, these could be. So yeah, like this one is a splash cymbal rather than a splash into a pool. And water splash. See this? That makes me think this one is probably a splash cymbal. I reckon. Maybe we. In fact, I didn't use that anyway, so that's fine. All right. Let's copy that and make this one a bit quieter, I reckon. It's a very good song for gongs, that's true. A gong would feel right at home here. Let's... I don't think this needs to be anywhere near as long. In fact, none of these do. So let's put a fade out on all of these. Of like 4,000. Of 2,000. Where's the next hit? It's here. Dude, 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 dude. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, I think maybe these drums need to change. I'm not sure there's actually any extra hits on that part. I don't think there are on this part. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Amen. I'm gonna let myself get absolutely soaking. Oh, I didn't mean to drag that. Well, it's raining men. Hallelujah, raining men. Absolutely soaking wet reluctantly. It's very dramatic. Good, it's a dramatic song. Okay, I feel like we need to tighten up the end of this chorus. I do need to add the little clinky synth as well. That should be in here somewhere. That's what we're calling this one, isn't it? Pinky. So the second half is Right, this last chord just keeps on going rather than getting cut short like this time. God bless Mother Nature. Right, we will definitely pick up the vocals tomorrow, given that it's 10:30 now and we're still in the first chorus. But that's okay. I think this one warrants having the time spent on it. And we'll do the vocals justice tomorrow evening. So I will endeavour to go live a bit earlier tomorrow, seeing as I don't need to do any song prep for tomorrow because I've done it all. So I think we can go live a bit earlier tomorrow and finish this off. Depending how quick we are, we might even have time for something else after. But we'll see. But I reckon we give this the time it needs for the vocals. Let's copy these. Maybe we can go with like some different drums. Maybe like timpani or like an orchestral drum kit. If I drop the orchestral kit in here, this like in between the tall, blonde, dark and lean, there's like a big bassy drum hit. It's like tall, blonde, dark and lean. So we need to add those parts in. Thank you for all the hand hearts. Doom scrolling, very much appreciated. Let's drop this in. Right, so we want a big bassy drum on beats 2 and 4. Let's just add in the one for now. We've got a load of kick drums down here, so I think we can use at least one of those. We've got a bass drum, we've got a kick drum. Have we got anything else in here that would work? There's more gongs for you gong lovers out there. No, I don't think any of these others are going to work for that. But we have got timpani as well. So if we put those in, we could do some timpani. We move these up to be on an F. Which chord are we on here? We are on a B flat. So we should put this on a B flat. Now we're into the bridge. I'm not entirely sure on the structure of this song. This is the God Bless Mother Nature. It's probably a bridge. It's an unusual structure to go straight from, like to have no second verse, go straight from a chorus to a bridge for the first time around. But I do think that is what's happening. Okay, I'm going to move these to the bottom. Thunder. Okay, anything else missing from the chorus? Or are we good to proceed? Blinky, blinky, blinky. What did I write for the plinky? It just goes up. I think the plinky thing just literally goes up, probably from like here. Do 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 do. Boop, 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 boop. Are we on C? We are on C. Do 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 do. I don't even know what key we're in here actually, because we started in F minor, but F minor wouldn't have a C major chord in it, so we'd have an E flat. I might assume that we've just otherwise are in F minor. Okay, something like that. And the second time around, we get that, but then we also get a more spaced out version. Okay, well, yeah, we do get a more spaced out version. Gabby, hello, welcome on in. Will you leave us with a loop of the instrumental at the end? Just have one final listen before the wonderful vocals tomorrow. Yes, at the very end, we'll have a little recap of what we've done so far. I won't have a listen. You guys will get to listen to what we've got so far. But I will remain in the dark until we've done the vocals tomorrow. Do 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 do. Boom 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 boom. I have no idea. Boom 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 boom. I think the bass follows that same thing. So let's copy that. Move it onto the bass. That's almost definitely going to be wrong, but that's fine. All right, let's let you guys have a listen from the start. Anyone who has recently joined, we are recreating It's Raining Men, but my laptop is muted. I can't hear anything. I'm doing my best to recreate it using MIDI and some samples. We've just, I think, finished the chorus, and I'm going to just sort of have a recap of where we're at, and we'll move on to the bridge. Got some lovely Foley thunderstorm sound effects at the start. Great piano. Hello Lexi, welcome on in. Do I think I'm getting better with this or not? Sometimes I do, but then we'll have a week where it's a complete disaster. So it's still very hit and miss, even nearly a year into this. I think we're coming up on a year. I should really double check when the exact date is of the first one I did of these. That's a scary thought. Been doing these for too long already. Okay, I think we can start copy and pasting stuff very soon. so much in this song. It's too ambitious a song. And I've been too slow with it. It's so funny. Some people in chat are being like, it's pretty accurate. That sounds pretty good. And then other people being like, it suddenly sounds like a horror soundtrack. So mixed results. The claps change in this part, right? I don't think I wrote that down. Claps change. I'm gonna remember to do that. Because it's like, God bless Mother Nature. The double clap is important to this part. So we've got to make sure we get that. It sounds good. Like if someone made a haunted remix. It's Raining Men if it's adapted for a horror film set in a club, so it's still disco-like. Great. Kaliko Aiden, hello, welcome on in. Right, the bridge. The drums have got to just keep going the same, right? That's nice and simple. And the bass, did I write anything down for that? It's just a chuggy bass. So chuggy like the verse. So we follow the chorus chords. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, we do. Do 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 do. So that's D flat, E flat, C, F minor. Da, 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 da. She's a single woman too. Do, 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 do. Now you know what you have to do. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 ba, 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 da. And then these last couple of bars are different, I think. And we have an extra bar in the end. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Panic at the home. Alert at the weather station. So you got a Panic at the Disco vibe going on. I feel like there's a note slightly off in the beginning somewhere. I'm not at all surprised to hear that. This has ended up too many bars. There should be 1 bar extra, not 2 bars extra. Okay. Hey Blenya, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Right. That's because these are 5 bars long rather than 4. That makes more sense. Okay, so I've done the correct amount. That's fine. Okay, we go back to the chorus here. And we definitely need more crashes on this part. This is like, so that each The each and every woman. I think this is probably where the crash thing I was thinking of earlier should have gone. It's probably fine that we do it in both. Oops. Yeah, this will be fine. So copy this. Like that. And big hit there. Copy an extra bass note. That would be like, so each and every woman could find a perfect guy. It's random. Do 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 do. Okay, lovely. Should we copy that to piano? Or can we copy, maybe we copy the first bit of this. Because that's going around the same chords, right? Yeah. Let me just copy that. And we need, do we need different chords for the end here? I need to put all of Sam's songs in my running playlist. Might motivate me to go faster. I certainly want to get it over and done with. That's for sure. These both major? They are both major. That's fine then. Right. Should we do separate claps for these? I think we can. Welcome in, David. I hope you're doing well. Are we missing anything? Drums, truggy bass, stabby piano. Yeah, that's fine. We've got that. Oh, there's more plinky bits. Okay. There's too many plinky bits. I don't like them. Should we just copy these ones? Make sure they're in the right key. Maybe we shuffle them along a bit. Yeah, okay, actually, yeah, they should be there. You're doing a 5K in October. Discovering your remakes might help me get a personal best. Well, best of luck with the running, with the 5K. What's your current 5K time? I've not been able to run for quite a while, unfortunately. I'd like to get back to it one day, but health permitting. Right, we're on an E flat, going to a C major. I think we can just do something like that. And then on this chord, we are on an F minor going to a D flat. So, sure. Fish, hello. What's your current 0.2 of a K time? Mine's around 4 minutes. I have no idea what my 0.2 of a K would be. Okay, that's fine. I think we want to do some something with these piano chords here. How do the piano chords keep getting lower? So every time I look at them, they're really all over the place. I think just playing some chords like this, that'll be fine. 43 minutes, you think, Pure Factory last year. Amazing. I don't know if you do park run, but that was always a good motivator for getting out and doing some runs. The piano is alive. Okay, let's add in some extra claps here. And in fact, there's a part where the claps come in on every beat. I don't think it's here. Yeah, it's later. Later in the song. Okay, we'll do this for these 12 bars, and then we'll bring the other style of claps back. My tempo's way off. Worse than before. Okay, great. We'll do that 4 more times. Great. Helix, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Wish we could, but a lot of time it's Sundays. I can't be able to get out of bed early. Oh yeah, especially if we have to get 2 buses. That is more than fair enough. Oh, you record the claps. That explains everything. Yep, that is why they are always such a disaster. They're just very polite claps. Okay, great. I think we can copy this chunk for here for the slightly different rhythm and drop it here. Okay, great. Is there anything missing from the bridge? Do 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 do. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. East Coast Sourdough, welcome on in. It's already sounding delightful. Never mind. At least parts of it are okay. Right, chorus. I think it is slightly different, so we can't copy it exactly at some point. Right. Okay. We go straight from this amen into like a repeat of part of the intro. Let's just get rid of all of this, I guess. With a long-held amen. Will any wolves be caught in the storm? I'm not intending on it, but we will find out, I guess. You can play this in a club and probably get away with it. We'll see if that holds true after we've done the vocals or not. Right, the talky bit. Yeah, the talky bit is what we want to copy. So we probably want... I don't think we want to drop the bass out completely for this part. I think we should at least have the bass do some long-held notes here. Do like a boom. Do, 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 do. Oh, I'm wondering whether there's one fewer bars here, where we go straight into this held amen. I feel like one of these days we should sponsor Sam to just make a new song with our fave elements. We were talking earlier about going back through the old songs and picking out the best like samples and then using all of those into a song. So like going back and finding the wee-wahs and grabbing the classic gong sample and just grabbing like all the best bits and we'll make a new song out of them. Katie, no, vocals haven't happened yet. Yeah, I think we're going to run out of time to do them tonight, so we will do them tomorrow evening instead. I've just realized you guys have had a click track on the entire time, which I know I find super annoying. So it's off now. Where should this go? I think it probably should go one bar shorter. Oh, it could go either way. I'll leave it like this for now and I'll maybe come back to it. And I think we should probably keep the kick going under this. Whereas we've currently just got the hi-hat. I reckon we still keep this kick. Do 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 do. The Chaos Piano 1,000 Miles. We still need to go back and do a proper drum and bass remix of of that. Right, this is Feeling Stormy Weather moving in. Which part even is this? I feel stormy weather moving in. Do do do. This okay. This is like back to the intro style. Puppets, hello, welcome on in. It's been long. It's been so long. Yeah, I didn't stream. I didn't even mention this at the start. I didn't stream at all last week. I intended to, and then kind of just had a busy week. Wasn't really feeling it. Didn't have a specific song in mind, and ended up just skipping it. But we're back. We're nearly through the instrumental. We're gonna have to wrap up in a few minutes though. And then we will pick it up tomorrow and finish off the track and do the vocals. I keep thinking we can probably get to the end of the instrumental and then we keep getting to another section that's not quite like any of the previous ones. So yeah, we will roll over to tomorrow. Let me just copy this exactly right. Yeah, let's just copy all of this. We could probably even have a return of all the ambience if we want. We'll keep this version of the drums though. Bring the bass back in. Get this like a repeat of these last two bars. Thank you very much for the Stephen Wingman. Love the good old Stephen. Sometimes I have to put the song on halfway through because I forget how it really goes. Yeah, they definitely get unrecognizable at points. Right, how are we going to do the bass for this part in the quickest, easiest way possible? Probably just copying this buzzy synth. Yeah. Annoyingly, I do have to go through and drop this note on every bar, or every couple of bars. That's the way we've done things. Let's do it like that. There we go. And these are 113 and they're around C2. And so let's drop that down an octave and make it like that. Okay, perfect. Now staggered vocals, snare back in, crash and some claps. Claps on every beat. Okay, we need to... I feel like it's too late now to do any new clap recordings. So we will put this one here and make it red as a reminder that tomorrow we're going to record some fresh claps for that. Yes, hello, welcome on in. I have listened to the track on repeat this morning, or for most of the day, and I've got the lyrics written down, and some of the chords. But otherwise, it's from memory and doing my best with the MIDI notes that we have. Sam having a conversation with myself will be the funniest thing for the spoken intro. I keep thinking we need to do a duet for that exact reason. Me just singing to myself. Probably about how much I love myself, because that's what most duets end up being. Okay. Are we missing anything? Let's cut this short here. Now there's the other plinky bit. Where is the plinky bit that repeats on the bass? Here. Yeah, we want that one. Yeah, like that. So this is another bridge, I think, yeah. And this is exactly the same. Yeah. Okay, we can copy this bridge. She's a single woman too. She took off to heaven, and she did what she had to do. She taught every angel. She made the sky so that each and every one could find a perfect gown. Oh, it's raining man, yeah. I think this is one shorter, maybe. Maybe? Oh, it's raining man, yeah. Okay, there are 2 bars of F minor we need to put in here. 2 bars of F minor. And I think we need to replace this with some extra claps as well. Okay, great. And then we've got one verse and like a double chorus at the end to go, which we will finish up tomorrow. Let's let you guys have a recap of where we're at so far. So from the very start, we have our lovely thunderstorm into piano part, right, slowly rising up. A little like news alert sound, and a repeat of that whole thing. And then the spoken word bit being like We're your weather girls, and we got news for you. You better listen. And leave those umbrellas at home. Humidity's rising. According to all sources, the street's the place to go. 'Cause tonight for the first time, right about 10:30, for the first time in history, gonna start raining men. It's raining men. Hallelujah. I'm hoping these sound effects aren't too much in the chorus, but I'll find that out tomorrow, won't I? It's raining men. Hallelujah. It's raining men. Every specimen. Tall, long, dark and lean. Rough and strong and hurt and clean. Do 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 do. She's a single woman too. She took off to heaven, and she did what she had to do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Could find a perfect guy. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's a raining man. Amen. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's a raining man. Amen. Amen. It's a really long held out amen. So it's like a repeat of the intro, but with some lyrics over the top this time. And my boyfriend said it kind of sounds like it, but he also said, "What does the fox say?" They're two very different songs. The thunder sound is like the clunky that happens when someone turns on the lights in a film with like the big projector. Brilliant. I think we've made some good progress there. We've got like one verse and a chorus left to go. So the instrumental, I think we can wrap up in the first like 10-15 minutes of the stream tomorrow, and then we'll be straight into vocals. There's a lot of vocal layers, but we can kind of take our time with it tomorrow. So I will endeavour to go live a bit earlier, maybe closer to 7 rather than 9, with any luck. Then we can get straight into doing some vocals, and maybe I'll try and have a shorter second song lined up in case we blitz through this, but I doubt it, to be honest. Charlie Oxford Girl, welcome on in. You have unfortunately missed the instrumental, but we're going to be back tomorrow evening to do the vocals because we haven't had enough time to do this song justice. But I think we're in a good place. I think we're getting to a good point. Here's a little preview of the chorus. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's a raining man. Amen. Do 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 do. Yeah. Tomorrow evening, sometime around 7, 8, 9, we'll see. Hopefully earlier. And we will do the vocals, and maybe we'll do something short after that. No promises on the something short. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. We're going to find someone to raid onto. Have a lovely rest of your evenings. Go rewatch the Timber short if you haven't already. Share it around, very much appreciated. And I will see you all tomorrow evening to record some vocals. Goodbye. And everyone's still on Twitch. Let's go find someone to raid. Let's see who is streaming this evening. It's the first time we've done one where we've split it across 2 streams. I'm going to have to resist the temptation to listen back to it. Keep myself in the dark. All right, who is live this evening? Yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for joining again this evening. Lovely to see you all again. Okay, let's just raid on to Calamari Gold, who we've raided several times before. They are a very good drum streamer, very entertaining. Would highly recommend sticking around for some drumming fun. And I'll hopefully see you all again tomorrow to finish this off and do some vocals. Have a lovely rest of your evenings, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.